Good morning, good morning. We are here at Mystic on Victory Field. It's Monday, July 6th, I believe. Happy July, everybody. We're so excited to be bringing you these classes outdoors all week, and I'm so excited to have some friends and family here today. It's so nice to be teaching in like a class setting. I'm so pumped to be bringing this to you guys live as well. This has been such a wonderful part of being stuck at home, streaming to you guys every week. So I'm so glad to be here. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. We are going to do a power class this morning. We'll be starting in just a couple minutes. So please make sure that you do bring water to your mat. If you're still sipping on your morning coffee or tea, that's fine, but just make sure you also bring water down with you. The rain stopped, so maybe bring your mat outside, maybe lay a towel underneath so that you don't get wet, but it's not super hot, but it is very humid outside, so it will probably help you get very sweaty, which can give you that hot yoga type of feel if that is what you crave when you're doing yoga. If you like to practice with blocks or any other type of tools or equipment, please make sure that you bring those down to your mat as well. And you can just start to settle in. In our power classes, we like to do a lot of lower body work, a lot of core work, just so you know what to expect. A lot of vinyasa flows. We'll try to keep it moving the whole time. If you like music to flow along with, I do have a public playlist up on Spotify. It's called Yoga Livestream Vibes. It's either under K Spencer or K Quinn. I'm not really sure. When you change your name, it's very hard to keep track of everywhere you've changed it. But it's public and it's a 60-minute playlist, so it'll match up pretty perfectly with our flow today if you want to go into Spotify and check that out. We will go ahead and get started now. So find a comfortable position on your mat. That could be reclined or seated. Take a moment and just think about what's really calling to you today on this Monday morning. Allow yourself to just settle onto your mat, letting the weight of your body just press into the floor, the ground beneath you. Starting to slowly let any tension just kind of melt away as you allow yourself to fully arrive in your physical body. Bringing awareness to what your physical body feels like today, what sensations are flowing through it. Taking a deep breath in and a slow breath out. And as your physical self is just kind of melting away into the mat for a few moments, give yourself time to bring your awareness into your breath. And maybe also noticing what's going on in your thought patterns right now. Noticing without judgment, but just seeing where that mental space is today. Giving yourself some grace and compassion for wherever it is, and then just tuning into your breath as you bring it in. And let it go. Another deep breath in. And a slow exhale. Taking a moment to just notice your surroundings. Thinking about what you feel beneath you. What are your hands touching? What are you hearing? What can you smell? Taking a deep inhale and let it go. If you are reclined, you can slowly just get a few wiggles into your body and make your way gently and carefully up into a seated position. And that seated position can look however you choose. Maybe you put a block underneath you, your legs can stick out straight in front of you, your knees can bend. Whatever feels right today. Bringing the palms over your heart space or prayer hands to heart center. We'll open our practice with the sacred sound of Om. A cleansing breath first. Inhale. And exhale. And now we'll breathe in for Om. Oh my gosh, I loved hearing other people Om with me. That was the best. Oh. Let's have a magical Monday morning practice, everybody. Let's take a deep breath in, stretch the arms up to the sky, and just start to get some natural movements through your wrists and through your hands. Whatever feels right, some wiggles and wobbles, flexing and stretching the fingers, squeezing them into fists, rolling the wrists, flipping palms, shaking it out for a few seconds. Whatever feels good. And then taking that movement down into the shoulders and rolling them forwards and back. I noticed recently that I've been doing a lot of hunching forward as I'm spending lots of time on my phone and computer and even just reading. So maybe you give your body a little extra time in that kind of backwards roll to really open the heart space. And make sure that you're sitting tall, really getting your neck nice and long, beautiful posture. Let's take a couple more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Breath in and breath out. Beautiful. Let's transition into a tabletop position. Shifting onto your hands and your knees. Taking time to stack your wrists underneath your shoulders and your knees under your hips. A neutral spine to begin. Your gaze is down towards your mat. Let's take a few cat and cows here. So you inhale and you open your heart, tilting the tailbone to the sky, belly button towards the earth. As you exhale, you round the spine, tucking and pulling the tailbone under as you press through the palms. Breathe in and breathe out. And now taking this a few times at your own pace, moving with your breath, matching length of movement to length of inhale or exhale. Making sure to really press through the palms of your hands as you round the spine in your cat, feeling that space between the shoulder blades. And then inhale, get a nice opening through the chest. Maybe one more for each direction. And when you're ready, returning to a neutral spine. Gaze towards your mat. Scoot the right toes backwards on your mat, keeping the foot on the floor, and just begin to rock the hips gently forward and back, getting a little stretch through that right hamstring. Take a couple breaths here as you move forward and back. Coming back to stillness, stacking shoulders over the wrists. Lift that right leg up into the air. And then float that leg over to the right side, bend the knee, and circle out the hip. Making sure to take those hip circles in both directions whenever you're ready. And if possible, really isolating that movement into the hip so that your core and your torso are nice and stable. So you're still really pressing those palms down into the earth. One more breath here, in and out. Stretch that right leg back one more time, flexing the foot, really pressing through the heel. And now tuck that right knee back underneath the right hip. Inhale, lift right hand up to the sky, opening the chest towards the right long edge of your mat. As you exhale, you thread that right hand through the space between left palm and right knee. Inhale, open. And exhale, thread the needle. We'll take that one more time before we settle in. So inhale, open the heart. Exhale, threading that hand through. And now you can just gently rest that right shoulder down onto your mat. Maybe lowering your head down as well. Breath in, breath out. On your next inhale, you'll gently open the heart. Stretch right arm up to the sky and then lower right hand underneath right shoulder. Now left toes scoot backwards on your mat and just kind of rock the hips forward and back, getting that stretch down the back of the left leg. And that can happen, that motion can happen as quickly or as slowly as you like. You can kind of linger in the stretch if that calls to you, or keep the motion going. Whatever feels right for your body today. Breath in and out. Finding stillness, stacking shoulders over wrists and lifting that left leg up into the sky, pulling left leg over to the left side, and then bending that left knee and circling out the hip. Keeping that core nice and stable. Pulling your navel in and up to help you stabilize here. A couple more breaths in and out. Breath in and breath out. When you're ready, stretching that left leg nice and long, really pressing through the heel for a moment, and then lowering that left knee down underneath left hip. Inhaling to stretch left arm up to the sky as you open the heart, and then exhale, threading left hand through the space between right hand and right knee. Inhale and open. Exhale, thread. One more time. Inhale and open and stretch. Exhale, threading the hand through. Lowering that left shoulder down, maybe relaxing the head. Just taking a couple breaths here. In and out. Breath in and breath out. Next inhale will unwind you, lifting the left fingertips up to the sky and then lowering the left hand down to the earth. Let's tuck the toes under, lift the hips up and back for our first downward facing dog of the practice. Walking your dog out here, bending one knee at a time, and alternating pressing the left heel and then the right heel into your mat. Maybe bending both knees and drawing your chest to your thighs and then pressing forward, arriving in a high plank position. You can take that a few times, matching your movement to your breath, using your core strength to pull your hips up and back, and then to press you back forward. Maybe two more of those. Inhale and exhale. Breath in and breath out. Let's land in a high plank position, stacking your palms underneath your shoulders. You're on the balls of your feet and you're squeezing your glutes to protect your lower back and to keep your hips slightly lifted. Breathe in, breathe out. Planting the right palm firmly, we roll onto the outer edge of the right foot for a side plank. You can drop that right knee down to your mat. You can also lift the left foot, coming into a kind of tree side plank. 2 breaths wherever you are. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Breath in. And as you exhale, slowly unwind. Take a breath in your high plank. And an exhale. And now we're taking it to the other side. So left hand plants underneath left shoulder. Roll onto the outer edge of left foot. Stretch right arm up to the sky. Find the variation that works for you. 2 breaths. In. Out. Inhale. And now as you exhale, slowly unwind from that side plank. Roll forward on the toes. Bend at the elbows, lowering down a couple inches for your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walking it out here a couple times, taking a breath in and a breath out. Feet walk forward to meet the hands. You're in a forward fold. Feet are maybe hips width distance apart. Wrap each hand over the opposite elbow. Just take a gentle ragdoll. Getting a little opening through the lower back for an inhale. And exhale. Releasing the hands. Rooting down through the soles of your feet on an inhale. Slowly rise to standing. Reaching the arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, just drop the palms to heart center. Give yourself a moment of grounding here. Feet are rooted into the earth. Feel that dynamic tension rising up your legs, into your pelvic floor, into your core. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, both arms up to the sky. As you exhale, your hips sink down into a chair pose. The weight is in your heels. You have a slight tuck to your tailbone so that you have a nice long spine. Your arms can stretch up. You can find goal pose position or prayer hands to heart center. Whatever's calling to you. Your thighs are hugging towards each other to create that engagement through the insides of your legs. Inhale. Exhale. Gorgeous. Shifting the weight into the right foot. Left foot steps back, coming into a warrior one position. So your feet are hips width distance apart, and both sets of toes are pointing towards that front short edge of your mat so that your hips are nice and square as well. Inhale, both arms up to the sky, and then drop the hands behind your lower back. You can place the hands like palms flat against your lower back, or interlace both hands, drawing shoulder blades together. Take a nice deep inhale, opening the heart. As you exhale, fold forward from the hips, just letting your upper body hang over your lower body. Your inhale draws you up. Exhale releases you down. And now just taking this a few times at your own pace, moving with your breath. And the inhales and the exhales can match the movement in either direction. It really doesn't matter. You're just aiming to move with an inhale or with an exhale. When you're ready, bringing that torso back up, lifting the arms to the sky, and then cartwheeling hands down to the earth. Hands frame that front foot, transition into a runner's lunge. So the left heel dials up. You're kind of on the ball of that foot. Right palm to right thigh. Let's take a twist here. Inhale for length. Exhale, twist to the right. Right fingertips extend to the sky. Maybe you circle that arm around a couple times. Breathe in. Breathe out. When you're ready, floating that right hand back down to the earth. Right foot steps back, high plank. Let's take a toe tap here. So your right toe step off your mat and back to center, and then left toes off your mat and back to center. You're aiming to isolate this movement into your legs so that your core is nice and stable. We'll take this for 10, 9, 8, keep breathing, 7, 6, 5, 4, we're almost there, 3, 2, and 1. Rolling forward on the toes, bending at the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Staying here for a breath in and out. One more inhale and exhale. Feet walk forward to meet the hands. Inhale for a halfway lift. Palms come to shins or to the thighs as you press the crown of your head forward. And on an exhale, release back into your fold, rooting the feet down into the earth. On an inhale, rise to standing, reaching the arms to the sky. As you exhale, palms come together and drop to heart center. Find that moment of grounding, rooting your feet, feeling that engagement through the whole lower body, squeezing your glutes. Inhale, exhale. Next breath in, lifts the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, drop your hips down into your chair pose. Taking time to set this up intentionally from the soles of your feet up to the crown of your head. So thighs hug towards each other. Tailbone is slightly tucked. Spine is nice and long. Crown of the head presses up to the sky so that your neck is also getting that gorgeous stretch. Breathe in and out. One more inhale and exhale. Shifting weight into left foot. Right foot takes that step back for that warrior one position. Taking time to position the feet. Inhaling the arms up to the sky and then dropping them down behind your lower back. We'll take that flowy warrior one on this side as well. So you inhale, open the chest. As you exhale, hinge forward, just letting that upper body drop over that left thigh. Find the breath pattern that works for you and just allow yourself to flow for a few moments, noticing how your lower body is super stable. Both feet are pressing down into your mat with even pressure. Your feet are flat on your mat. And that stability through the legs is allowing your upper body the chance to have this gorgeous flow. Next time you lift your chest, you'll extend the arms up to the sky and then cartwheel hands down to the earth, coming into that runner's lunge. Feet can stay hips width distance apart if that feels right for you, but that right heel is now lifted. Left palm to left thigh. Take a breath in to stretch through the spine as you exhale. Twist to the left. Left arm can extend up to the sky. Maybe you rotate through that shoulder a couple times. Breath in and out. One more inhale. And exhale, release. Left foot steps back, high plank. Holding that plank. Let's take some mountain climbers here. This is a power class, I promised you core, but we'll just do a 10 count. So right knee pulls towards your belly button and then you swap it out for your left. So it's right, left for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You guys are awesome. Drop your knees to your mat, bend at the elbows, lower yourself all the way down. Palms alongside the chest. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. Maybe grab a quick sip of water, whatever you need right now. Whew. It is not super hot today, but it is humid, so I know I currently have sweat dripping down my face. I hope you do too. We'll keep it nice and fired up. Keep your body temperature and your muscles nice and warm. We'll meet in a downward facing dog when you're ready. No rush to get there. Take your time, just walk it out left and right. Breath in, breath out. Feet walk forward to meet the hands. Inhale for a halfway lift and exhale, fold. Next breath in guides you all the way up to standing. Arms extend to the sky. As you exhale, palms come to heart center. Find that moment of grounding. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Keeping a neutral spine and a micro bend through the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Fingertips to your mat. Left foot takes a giant step back, runner's lunge. Right foot steps back to meet it, high plank. Rolling forward on the toes, bending at the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up to the sky. As you exhale, pull the right knee in towards the nose. Stay with me. Inhale, stretching the leg back. Exhale, pull right knee to right elbow. One more time. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull that right knee towards left elbow. I lied. One more time now. Inhale and stretch. And now exhale, pull that right knee in towards the nose and plant that right foot for your runner's lunge. If you've got blocks, maybe you place them underneath your palms to get a little lift through the chest so that you're not crunching down onto that right thigh. Stabilize through your feet. Lift those hands, coming into an airplane lunge. Just gently hovering your chest over that front leg. Breath in, breath out. One more inhale and exhale. When you're ready, inhale and lift your chest, rising to your crescent lunge. Maybe dropping the arms into bent elbow, goalpost position. Making sure the right knee is stacked over the right ankle. Your feet can be in a nice wide hips width distance apart stance so that you're stable. Maybe you've got a slight bend in that left knee, the back knee. Inhale. Exhale. Let's inhale and extend the legs and the arms, stretching nice and tall to the sky. As you exhale, you'll bend both knees, coming into a nice deep lunge, and you pull the elbows down like you're pulling a bar down with you. Inhale, lift, pressing through the right heel and the right glute. Exhale, feel that tension as you drop down. Let's take this 8 more times. Ready? In and out. 7, 6, 5. Really press through that right glute. Create your own tension through the shoulders. I think we're at 5, 4, who knows? 3. If you get a couple extra, that's no problem. 2. Okay, last one. Now hold this here in that deep lunge for 5. Keep your chest nice and open. Pull those shoulder blades together. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale and lift. Exhale, warrior 2. You open the hips to the left long edge of your mat. Left toes point to the left. Right toes point to that front short edge of your mat. Arms extend forwards and back, but flip your palms just to get a slightly different sensation through the shoulders. And again, kind of draw the shoulder blades together so that you're opening across your heart space. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Stretch those fingertips away from your body as if someone's pulling on each hand. Feel that length down the arms, length across the shoulders. Inhale, tilt the torso back. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, finding an extended side angle or bent knee triangle variation. So both arms can extend forward. That right elbow or right wrist can kind of come to the inside of the right knee. Those left fingertips are stretching up though, so that you're using your core strength to keep your torso lifted. On an inhale, find another reverse warrior. And exhale, cartwheel both hands down to frame that front foot. Runner's lunge. Right foot steps back, high plank. Let's take a second set of our side plank on the right side. So right palm plants underneath right shoulder. Roll onto the outer edge of the right foot. Left fingertips lift up. Breath in. Breath out. One more inhale. And as you exhale, slowly transition back. Rolling forward on the toes, bending at the elbows. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walking it out for a breath in and a breath out. Beautiful. Inhale the left leg up to the sky. On your exhale, pull left knee in towards the nose. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. 2 more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Last one. Inhale, stretch that left leg back. Exhale, left knee to nose. Plant left foot, runner's lunge. Taking a breath in and out. In and out. Stabilize the feet, lift the arms, stretching the fingertips back. Squeezing shoulder blades together. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. On your next inhale, go ahead and lift the chest, lift the arms. Crescent lunge on the left side. If you're extending the arms all the way up to the sky, just make sure that you've got your shoulders nice and relaxed. Maybe you even drop to that bent elbow position to be sure. Let's inhale and stretch nice and long up to the sky. Exhale, pull down that bar. Bend both knees and lunge. Inhale to lift, really pressing through that left glute. Exhale, lunge. And 8, I think. And 7. Now imagine as you're pulling down that bar that it's really heavy, so feel that tension. 5, through the shoulders as you pull the elbows down. And 3, I think. 2, and last one. Hold that lunge for 5, opening the heart. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Inhale and lift. Exhale, open. Warrior 2. Taking time to set up your legs, maybe dropping the arms for a minute, just kind of wiggling out the shoulders. Taking an inhale And an exhale, making sure left knee is stacked over that left ankle and kind of pulling that left knee towards the pinky toe. Right foot is pointing to the right edge of your mat. Left toes are pointing forward. Maybe you flip those palms to the sky. Get that opening across the chest for an inhale. And exhale. One more breath in. And out. Really root those feet down into the earth. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, extended side angle or bent knee triangle, whichever variation calls to you. Breathe in and breathe out. Making sure that you're really activating through the core and the abdominal muscles to keep that torso lifted and that you're not just collapsing down over that left leg. One more breath here in and out. Next inhale reverses your warrior. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame that front foot. Left foot steps back, high plank. We'll take a second set of our left side plank, so rolling onto the outer edge of the left foot as the left palm plants. Finding the variation that works for you as you inhale and exhale. Breath in. And as you exhale, gently unwind. Finding your way back to your high plank, rolling forward on the toes, bending at the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Maybe dropping the knees, finding a child's pose or a sip of water, taking a couple of breaths of reset here. When you're ready, we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Just kind of walking it out. Breath in and breath out. Another inhale and exhale. Inhale the right leg up to the sky. As you exhale, right knee pulls in towards the nose, right foot plants, runner's lunge. Taking your time to set up your lunge, and then bringing the right palm to the right thigh. We'll prepare for a twist here. So you inhale and lengthen through the spine. You exhale and twist to the right. Maybe extending that right arm up to the sky, taking a breath in and a breath out, stabilizing through the feet and lifting up to a crescent twist. So you're on that right crescent twist. Beautiful. Right leg forward, torso twisted towards the right side, left arm forward, right arm back. You got it. Now we inhale, using the core to twist the torso forward. Now stay with me. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Now really stabilize through those legs. And as you exhale to the right to twist, really use those abdominal muscles, those obliques, to twist you. Keep going here, taking it at your own pace, using your breath to guide you into each side of the twist. One more time, each side. To the right. Center. Left, center. Beautiful. Opening up to your warrior two for a moment, and then transitioning into your goddess pose. So toes are pointing slightly out, heels come in, and you drop your hips so that your knees are stacking over your ankles. Your hips drop nice and low, slight tuck to your tailbone so that you have a nice long spine. Keeping the heart open, you can extend the arms out to the sides. Breath in, breath out. Now pick up the right heel for a moment and then drop it down. Now left heel and drop. So that was 1. We're going to take 9 more. So 9 and left, 8, right, left, right, left. That was 7, 6. Keep breathing. 5. 4, 3, 2, 2, you got this. Last one. Hold that goddess for an inhale. And exhale. Extend the legs. Pull the toes in, heels out, preparing for a wide-legged forward fold. Palms can come to heart center or extend out to the sides. Hands can drop to hips, whatever's calling to you here. But inhale and find length through your spine first. Then hinge from your hips, maintaining that neutral spine as you fold forward, dropping your upper body over your lower body. And then once you're in this wide-legged forward fold, play around a little bit here. So maybe you take a twist to the right and to the left. Maybe you take an inversion, like the beautiful Kellie in the back. Maybe you take a little side lunge, dropping hips to the left and to the right. Maybe you drop into a nice deep squat. Really whatever is calling to you here. An arm balance. Play around, listen to your body. Try a few different things. We'll stay for 2 more breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. Another inhale and exhale. Beautiful. When you're ready, you'll walk both hands over to that right foot and turn the right toe so that you transition into a runner's lunge on the right side. Right foot steps back to meet the left, high plank, rolling forward on the toes, bending at the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walking it out for an inhale and an exhale. Inhale the left leg up to the sky. As you exhale, left knee pulls in towards the nose, left foot plants, runner's lunge. Taking your time to set up that nice stable runner's lunge and then bringing the left palm to the left thigh. Inhaling for length through the spine. Exhaling, twist to the left. Maybe extending that left arm up to the sky for an inhale and exhale. Now stabilizing through the feet, you lift that twist to a crescent lunge twist. So left foot is forward, left knee stacked over left ankle, but your torso is twisted towards the left long edge of your mat. Inhale, exhale. Now inhale to center, really stabilizing through the lower body, and exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Using your core strength to take this movement at your own pace. In and out. In and out. Let's take it one more time to each side. Root those feet down into the earth. Feel that tension through that legs, that engagement, that stability. And then inhale, center. Exhale, opening to your warrior 2, I believe. And then we transitioned into our goddess. So toes point out, heels are slightly in, bend your knees, let the hips drop nice and low. Palms can come to heart center, they can extend out, whatever calls to you here. Take an inhale and an exhale. On your next breath in, you'll extend the legs and see if you can lift up a little bit onto your toes, lifting both heels, and then you drop into your goddess. Inhale, extend, lift the heels. Exhale, goddess. Let's take 3 more. In, out, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, drop the hips into your goddess and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, extending, and we'll transition into a second set of that wide-legged forward fold. Taking your time to make your way in. Make sure you're moving with a nice neutral spine. Feel free to do the same thing you did on the other side or something a little bit different. We'll stay for 2 breaths. Breathe in and out. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to a central position, and when you're ready, using a breath in, actually transitioning over to the left foot, finding that runner's lunge. Left foot steps back, high plank. One more set of mountain climbers before we end our vinyasas. We're gonna do a 20 count. Stay with me, you can do it. So right, left for 20. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You guys are awesome. Roll forward on the toes, bend at the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walking it out for an inhale and an exhale. And when you're ready, your feet will walk forward to meet the hands. Inhale for a halfway lift. And exhale, fold. When you're ready, an in-breath guides you all the way up to standing. Reach the arms to the sky, and then exhale, just drop the palms to heart center. Give yourself a moment to just ground down. Maybe grab some water. We'll come into a little balance here. Standing with the feet together or hips width distance apart, it's up to you. We'll start with an eagle pose. So inhale, both arms up to the sky, and identify the right arm. Let it swing underneath the left. You can interlace the hands or wrap each hand over the opposite shoulder. Bending both knees, you sink your hips down into a chair pose. Right toe step out to the side. Right thigh wraps up and over the left thigh. You're keeping your hips nice and low and squared towards that front short edge of your mat. Your chest is also aiming to square. Your legs are squeezing tightly, tightly together, as if you're going to eliminate all the space or air pockets between. Breath in, breath out. Maybe you hinge from your hips and humble or nest your eagle. Maybe you unravel that right leg, kick it back behind you to fly your eagle, aiming to keep your hips in one plane and the right toes pointing down towards the earth with a flexed foot. Breath in, breath out. Now if you're flying, I'd like you to inhale to lift your chest, but just pull that right knee in towards your body. If you're still in a traditional eagle, just unwrap that right leg and pull it in towards your chest. Unravel the arms. Take a standing wind relieving pose. Wiggles and wobbles, totally fine. Just get back into it. Maybe you rotate that right ankle a little bit. Make sure you're squeezing through that left glute to keep yourself nice and stable. One more breath here. In and out, release. Giving yourself a little shake. We'll reset. Take it on the other side. Maybe you take those empty coat sleeves, just kind of swing. Just shake it off. And then we'll prepare for the other side. So, rooting the feet down into the earth. We'll begin with that eagle pose on the left. So, inhale, both arms up to the sky. Identify the left arm and let it swing underneath the right. Either interlacing hands or just placing each hand on the opposite shoulder. Letting both knees bend, we sink the hips down, finding that chair pose. Left toes step out. Left thigh wraps up and over the left. Keeping your hips nice and low. Chest proudly lifted. And if you're working on any type of surface other than a nice hardwood floor, it's a little bit more challenging to balance, and it can feel extra intimidating at first and maybe a little discouraging, but over time, if you continue practicing on that kind of unlevel, softer surface like grass or a carpet, you'll notice that the tiny muscles in your foot and your ankle do strengthen, and you will find it easier to maintain that balance. If it calls to you, maybe you humble or nest. Maybe you unravel and fly your eagle, remembering to breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. And now wherever you are, you'll slowly inhale to lift your chest and lift that left knee up towards the torso, interlacing your hands a couple inches below, finding that standing wind relieving pose, making sure that right glute this time is squeezed super firmly, keeping you nice and stable. Breath in and out. Inhale, exhale. One more breath. Take it in and let it go. And release that left leg. Give yourself a nice shake. Nice little wiggle and wobble from side to side. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. So take one more balancing posture before we come down all the way onto our mats. Rooting the feet down into the earth. Feet can be about hips width distance apart. Inhaling both arms up to the sky. And then dropping your prayer hands to heart center. Shifting weight into the left leg. We pull the right knee up and kind of cross that ankle over the left thigh, coming into a half lotus type position. And then you kind of bend that left knee, dropping your hips. So it's like a figure 4 chair. And by doing that, you create a little shelf for that right ankle. Maybe you still like to keep your hands on it to make sure that it stays put, but you might find that by dropping your hips a little, you can let it stay on its own. If another variation here is calling to you, a full fold, toe stand, go ahead, take it wherever you'd like. We'll stay here for 2 breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Now when you're ready, taking lots of time to do so, you'll slowly lift up, pulling right knee in towards your chest, and then transition to a tree pose by dropping the sole of the right foot somewhere onto the inside of the right leg. And this is a super active pose. We're not just hanging out in this tree, but that left foot is rooting down firmly, and you're creating tension that rises up that left leg all the way into the glute. That right foot is pressing as hard as it can against the inside of the left leg. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhale. One more breath in. And as you exhale, slowly release, giving yourself a little shake, wiggle and wobble. And we'll set it up for the other side. So taking your time to root the feet, hips width distance apart. Inhale, both arms up to the sky. Exhale, palms come to heart center. Weight shifts into the right foot, left knee pulls in, and then left foot crosses over the right thigh. Feel free to use your hands to reposition where that ankle goes. Dropping the hips a little, keeping a bend through that right knee, no matter where you are or what variation you're taking. You want at least a micro bend through the standing leg. Couple breaths here, in and out. Breath in and breath out. When you're ready, you'll gently extend that right leg, pull left knee up and in, and then plant left foot somewhere on the inside of that right leg. Finding that tree pose, taking time to focus on engagement through your lower body. You should be squeezing that right glute really tightly, the right quad as well. That left foot plants as hard as it can against the right calf or thigh, remembering to never plant the foot against the knee. We inhale And exhale. Maybe for an added challenge, you close your eyes. Breath in. Breath out. And one more inhale. And exhale. Release. Shaking it out. Coming to the top of your mat. Inhaling both arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, take a nice slow fold. Dropping your upper body over your lower body, maybe hanging in your ragdoll for a moment, or whenever you're ready, planting the fingertips on the earth, stepping both feet back into a plank, dropping your knees, and lowering yourself all the way down onto your mat. Laying your left forearm underneath your forehead as a kind of pillow. Both legs are extended back, but then bend the right knee, reach right hand around and just grab that right foot or ankle. Give yourself a nice quad stretch. And you're gently pulling on that foot, but also kind of lengthening down through your quad. Maybe imagining that someone has two hands on it and they're just kind of gently pulling your thigh away from your torso. Just feeling that length stretching through your leg. Breath in, breath out. Inhale and exhale. Releasing that right foot, swapping out the arm and bending left knee, wrapping that left arm behind you and grabbing left foot. Lengthening through the left quad this time, pressing it down and away from you. Feeling that gorgeous stretch. Inhale and exhale. Breath in and breath out. One more inhale. And a slow exhale. Releasing that left foot. Stretching both arms long down your mat. We'll take a locust pose before flipping onto our backs. So the arms stretch nice and long. Your chin and nose are to your mat. Palms are connected to the floor. Squeeze your glutes to prepare. And on an in-breath, you lift your chest, your arms, and your legs as if you're kind of flying through the sky. Your gaze will stay towards the front edge of your mat, so that you have a nice long neutral neck, and so you can press through the crown of your head. Breath in, breath out. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing yourself down. Bend the knees and just kind of windshield wiper your legs from left to right. When you're ready for your second set, you'll extend the legs long, flip the palms so that they're connected to your mat, engage your glutes to prepare, and then on an in-breath, you lift your chest, arms, and legs, stretching crown of the head forward, squeezing those shoulder blades together, squeezing the glutes. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Windshield wipering the feet, swishing them from left to right. And when you're ready, you'll slowly turn over onto your back. Taking your time, just kind of stretching your legs long. Taking a breath in and out. Bending both knees and planting the soles of your feet into your mat, or pulling them in toward the chest and giving them a nice squeeze if that feels good. And then when you're ready, you'll go ahead and plant your feet down into your mat as we prepare for a reclining twist. You'll press the soles of your feet into your mat so that you can lift your hips and move them over to the right side of your mat and drop them down. Then you let your knees fall over to the left. So hips and knees kind of go in opposite directions. Give your shoulder blades a nice wiggle to make sure that they're pressing with even pressure into your mat or against the floor. Your arms can find any position that is comfortable for you. You can extend them out to the sides, just kind of drape them down by your side, lifting them up and over your head, whatever calls to you. Again, just make sure that shoulder blades are pressing evenly against your mat. Taking a breath in and a breath out. Another inhale and an exhale. When you're ready, you'll slowly bring hips and knees back to center, taking your time. And then pressing the feet into your mat once more. You lift your hips, this time moving hips to the left side of your mat and dropping them down. And then letting your knees fall over to the right. Essentially the opposite of what you just did. If you took the other side on the first set, that's totally fine. Just make sure you do the other side now that we're moving on to second set. If you'd like to linger a little bit longer on the first side, that's also totally fine. Your yoga practice is always yours, uniquely yours, to modify and change, to make it exactly right for you and your body today. Taking a breath in and a breath out, making sure that you've got those shoulder blades pressing with even pressure. Taking another breath in and a breath out. When you're ready, you can slowly bring your hips and your knees back to center. If there's any final postures or positions that are calling to you, any last movements, feel free to take it there. We'll stay for a few breaths before moving into our final Shavasana. So take your time to get whatever is calling to you going. Breathing in and breathing out. And when you are ready to begin settling into stillness, you'll allow your body to come down onto your mat. You can take a couple moments to figure out what position feels right for you today in this practice. It doesn't always have to be the same. Maybe your legs stretch out long. Maybe you bend your knees and bring the feet together. Maybe your arms are stretched out to the side, or you place them over your belly. Whatever position you've chosen for your body, just see if now you can allow yourself to truly sink completely into stillness. After so much movement, this is a beautiful way to show your body gratitude for all that it was able to do during this class. Taking a breath in and a breath out. And at the end of a yoga practice, it can be really tempting for our brains to start to move ahead into the future of what is coming next, what is on the docket for the day, what's on the to-do list. And so as you're surrendering yourself into your Shavasana here, see if you can bring that mental focus, that mental self, into the sensations in and around you, just like at the beginning of the class. What does it feel like having the weight of your body pressing down against your mat? What does the earth beneath you feel like? What are you hearing in your practice space right now? Just noticing without judgment. Maybe it's birds, maybe it's traffic, your neighbors. and trying to just notice without evaluation, without a positive or negative attachment to those sounds. Just noticing. Maybe a bug lands on you. What are you smelling as you breathe in deeply, filling your lungs? This mindful practice of just noticing what you are sensing is always something that is available to you. It's something you can always carry with you off of your mat. Taking a deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Taking your time and moving very slowly and carefully. Maybe you just kind of awaken your physical self with some wiggles in the hands and feet. Maybe a gentle head roll from left to right. When you're ready, you'll slowly take yourself up into a seated position. There's no right or wrong answers for what your body looks like. And we'll close our practice the same way we opened it, with the sacred sound of Om. So bringing the palms together at the heart space or placing each hand over your heart center. We'll take a cleansing breath first. Inhale. And exhale. And now we breathe in for Om. Thank you so much for joining me, whether you were with us live or tuning in at another time. It is always an honor and a joy to teach you. The spirit in me honors the spirit in you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you guys for coming, and we hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Come back tomorrow. We will be, of course, streaming live, just like we always do at 9 a.m. Facebook, Instagram, also on YouTube. We love you guys. Thanks so much.